Crunchyroll. I think we all knew that they were one of the scummiest anime companies that there are, but the cancellation of Princess Connect Redive, I think it's official now. They're the worst. Now, guys, you know I don't ever use a script or anything, so this is more of a talking head video, but when this news came out, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. Honestly, I can't say I was terribly disappointed because I knew that at some point this was going to happen. With every gacha game that we play, we know at some point it's going to end. It's going to come to a close. All that money you spent is going to go into the ether. You'll never see it again, right? But we do expect to get some value out of that, some entertainment. And Crunchyroll has an horrible bad habit, like Nexon and other companies and such, that they license a gacha game, they milk it for as much as they can, and as soon as it turns unprofitable, well, not even that. Crunchyroll, from what I know, was still making money with Princess Connect Redive. They were still making a profit. The problem is, wasn't enough. So close that, use the resources for something else, whatever the reasoning may be. But here's the damage they did. Crunchyroll with Princess Connect Redive was starting to regain a little bit of that trust. Okay, here's a little Reddit post. Wasn't hard to find this. In gacha gaming, is there a way to contact Cygames to express our concern about their choice of publisher for Princess Connect? Everyone was worried about it coming to Crunchyroll. I remember when they announced Global. Okay, sitting there on the stream talking and everything, it was like, oh no, Crunchyroll. They come out with a game, they milk it for 5 months, 6 months, however long it is, and then the second it turns a little less profitable or they don't want to put the time and effort into it, poof, it's gone. They take your money, they run. Okay, we saw this coming, but here's the big problem. Here's why this one is really significant for Crunchyroll. They were building trust with this one. It's been up for almost 2.5 years, almost. Pretty long running game, at least with Crunchyroll's track record, I guess. A lot of people, we started to forget, at least Princess Connect players, we started to forget that this company was notorious for just canceling games and taking the money and running. But we started to forget, we started to trust, we started to not think about it. And that's the problem. When all of a sudden the notice came up, and it was like, oh, we're turning off service in 30 days. Good luck. We're going to keep throwing this out or whatever. But yeah, in 30 days, server shut down. Too bad, so sad. Yeah, the trust just went poof. That very instant, everybody was reminded of this. Why you cannot trust Crunchyroll at all. I canceled my subscription to their platform a long time ago. Very long time ago. Don't regret it one bit. And I'm one of the early adopters of that. You know, when Crunchyroll first came to be, I subscribed. I was paying that monthly subscription fee. I enjoyed their service. And then you start hearing all these things like how horrible they treat their translators, how their employees get paid garbage, and you know, all these other horrible things. And then you have this predatory practice. You know, I had, see, what one was it that I saw that was like that? Oh, yeah, Carol, of course. Nothing worse in this world than capitalist scum. Okay, I'm a business guy. I don't really, like the whole capitalism is bad thing or whatever, but this is a prime example why people don't like it. Okay, because Crunchyroll they lost all that trust. And I kind of think this is funny. I kind of think this is a good thing. The backlash from this is huge. Okay, there's a lot of games where that gets canceled, people are mad, blah, 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 and it just kind of goes away. This one doesn't seem to be. Okay, this one seems to be sticking around. It's really hurting their trust. Now, a few things that I say here and there might be rumors, it might be conjecture and everything, so take it all with a grain of salt when I bring up opinions and things that I've heard, because a lot of stuff hasn't been confirmed. I don't want to be the one spreading the rumor mill, but if it's logical and seems like that would be the case, then I'm not going to doubt it. I'm going to tell you guys make your own opinion on it. But, where's that site? Crunchyroll accused of predatory tactics after dumping yet another game. Well, duh. Um, yeah, that's what they've been doing. When you license a gacha game, you bring it over and you try to make it profitable, okay? If it's not profitable, it's a complete flop or whatever, then pretty much everyone is going to be like, okay, you're not making money, you're losing money. Shutting it down is kind of what they're going to end up doing, right? And when you pick up lesser games, that's usually the case. Symphogear, not so much, as far as I know. And a few of these others, but it does make me incredibly mad, but it's all about the trust thing. You know, Crunchyroll was building trust with this game. They were building trust, keeping it going. If they were still making money, then that means they could get employees or something to handle the game, keep it going, keep it profitable, and keep rolling a little bit of money. You know, I don't care if you're not making $100 million. If you're making $1 million, it's still worth hiring a couple of employees and setting a little office off to the side saying, here, handle this. We get some extra chump change, according to them, apparently, and we'll keep it running. And it's a trust thing. Trust is worth more than that little bit of chump change that they supposedly were getting. Okay? If we can trust Crunchyroll, then that means other games that they come out with, and we can trust those games that come out with, in the long term, they're going to get more people, more players, etc., etc. I knew going in that Global Princess Connect was going to suffer a little bit from Crunchyroll's reputation. I knew that going in. And then you would see a few more people here and there jump in, but there's a lot of people who just flat out said no, okay? And I really do feel bad for people that wailed on Global. I wail on JP, still more than happy to. It's not going away anytime soon. Global, I did spend a little money here and there, and I'm kind of mad at the, you know, I would get the monthly packs all the time. I'm still kind of mad I spent the money on that. But it is what it is. And if you lose, whether you lose a little or you lose a lot, it's still a loss and it sucks. It sucks for everybody. And this is just one of the examples. See, Crunchyroll, they're looking so bad that they actually took away the vaulted game section. You can't find this on their website anymore. This little picture, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games that they just outright vaulted. Princess Connect Redive is still going really, really strong in Japan. It's one of Cygames' best IPs, if not the best. 2 seasons of anime. I think we got a 3rd one coming. There's another Grand Blue type thing coming out, and I wouldn't doubt if they expand Princess Connect into yet another formula or something like that. You know, I've been clamoring like a Genshin Impact style game for Princess Connect based on their characters. I think that would just be like insanely hot, but time will tell what they do. But look at this, you know, Grand Summoners, Danmachi, Attack on Titan, Naruto. I mean, these are some IPs that are just ridiculously popular. Now, if the game itself sucked, then that is what it is. But Princess Connect Redive obviously didn't. Otherwise, it wouldn't be doing so well over on JP. It doesn't make any sense other than pure greed or inept. They could be completely inept, not have a clue what the heck they're doing over there. They need marketing. They need all this other business stuff or whatever to try to push the game. After it came out on Global, I never really heard a word or an advertisement or anything about this game. I didn't. I think they were just kind of relying on people just on the whales keeping the servers up or whatever. The whales always keep the servers up. Doesn't matter what gacha game you play. The whales are keeping the servers up. Even going to the Crunchyroll store here. /collection/Princess Connect. Poof, gone. It ain't there no more. Now, to my knowledge, when Crunchyroll licensed the game, they didn't get the rights to market any of the characters or anything like that. And that's a good chunk of money that they kind of lose out on. But Cygames, this is why I really like Cygames. Cygames protects their properties. Okay, they put extra effort into protecting. You know, think Nintendo and Mario. How Nintendo is kind of like a meme. They take down everything and all these things or whatever, trying to protect their property. Cygames doesn't go that far. Cygames doesn't go. Nintendo takes it so far that Nintendo's just complete jerks about it or whatever. Cygames doesn't go that far, but they protect their property, and you know, they're not going to license things out where it could be a little iffy. And I'm kind of sad that they licensed Princess Connect Redive Gacha game to Crunchyroll. It is what it is, but it shouldn't have been. That's the problem. Predatory practices. That is definitely something. These are the games they have now. My advice to anyone out there, if you play these 4 games, uninstall, get your money back if you can, and do not install, do not play, do not do a damn thing with any of these games. You can't trust Crunchyroll. These could be great games. The IPs could be great. My Hero Academia, I love it. Street Fighter, I'm old school. I played this Street Fighter I played Street Fighter 2 in the arcades when it was brand new, and I whooped everybody. All right, it was a great game. I put in 50 cents once, played Street Fighter 2 for 5 hours straight. Nobody could beat me. Finally, everybody left the arcade, and some kid walking by, I said, hey, take over this for me. To this day, that kid probably has the highest score in Street Fighter 2 known to man. Okay, whoever that kid is. Good job. Whatever. But don't trust Crunchyroll. Don't trust any of their IP. Don't trust anything. And you know what? If you happen to subscribe to Crunchyroll normally to watch anime and such, I suggest that you don't. At some point, Crunchyroll has to learn. I don't think they've actually learned at this point. You know, there's a lot of backlash, but they're a bigger company. They're a bigger corporation now. They're not the little guy that just started out, you know, years and years and years ago. You know, they're big money. And it's really hard to make big money listen, because the only thing big money listens to is more big money. All right. So the only way to get them to listen is to hurt them where it's really going to hurt in the wallet. So please, if you play these games right now, uninstall them. Don't give them a dime. Try to get your money back. If you have pre-orders for any kind of merchandise or anything that Crunchyroll offers, cancel it. Okay? Don't give them any kind of subscription fees. You find different avenues to watch your anime. Stop giving them money. At some point, this company has to learn. Like Nexon, the way they're treating Blue Archive, I hear is pretty good. Okay? At some point, these companies will learn. Did Nexon learn? I don't know. You guys are going to have to tell me down in the comments if they did. Crunchyroll obviously hasn't, and this is the one that can make them. But it has to be kind of a collective effort. You know, I don't like to be the guy saying boycott, boycott, boycott. The boycotts very rarely, if ever, work. But if they see a noticeable little dip, and they were like, if we kept Princess Connect up and running, and we earned some extra trust, then maybe our other games would have done better, because we have earned that trust. And if these other games, if they start going down the same route where we're not making that much money, well, we have to keep building that trust and keep them going. It'll have a chain reaction effect. Yep. Nothing worse than capitalist scum. It's not capitalist scum. It's the people at the top that don't know what they're doing, or simply don't care about their image. A lot of these CEOs, they care about the money and the image in the grand scheme of things. But when you start hurting your customer, I mean, where's that going to go? It's going to go to the grand scheme of things, right? You know, Carol always seems to be writing these memes and everything. It's why it says shouldn't bother with Crunchyroll, you jerk. You know, we're all jerks. We all fell into this. And, you know, this is why I'm sitting over here on JP. Look at this. All these versions of characters and 6 stars and everything that are just never going to show up. Global's never ever going to get to see that. And I highly recommend anyone that did play Global to go ahead and hop over to JP. Now, I'm not going to go into the how or any kind of strategies in this video, but if you're on Global, you enjoyed the game, you know the basic gist of everything. You might not be able to speak Japanese, but that's perfectly fine. My Japanese sucks. Just watch any of my character spotlight videos when I'm trying to translate skills and skill names and everything. It doesn't always work that well. I mess up a lot. Definitely not perfect, but highly recommend the app that I'm using, DMM Games, for when you're on PC. There's other avenues like QOO app and APK something or whatever. There's different avenues to get this game. You don't need a VPN. Never needed a VPN with this one. As far as, well, when it first came out, you did, but after a while, they were just like, yeah, you don't need a VPN. It's fine. Cygames is smart. They know that people outside of Japan want to play their games, so why are they going to like put up a VPN and be like, we don't want your money? It's stupid. Okay, Konosuba did this. It's why I really hate and don't trust the people that did the Konosuba game or whatever, because I put a ton of money into it. I whaled it. You didn't need a VPN right off the bat. Then all of a sudden you did, and then they actively started banning VPNs. Different story, different video. I think I already made that one, but with Cygames, you don't have to worry about that. If you want to play, you can play. Highly recommend DMM Games. If you guys need a walkthrough or anything, there are other videos available out there. I'm not going to make one, but there's plenty of videos out there and a ton of games on DMM that you can have access to, including Princess Connect. Highly recommend. Just jump over. You guys know the basics. And on JP, you know, you got the arena. The meta has changed, yes, but the arenas and everything are always the same. All the other things are the same. There's more additions. There's different storylines, bosses, a ridiculous amount of chapters. There's many more things, okay? You guys have seen my spotlight videos, especially for the new characters. And the comments that I always see are usually along the lines of, oh, great, I have to wait 3 years for this character. Well, now you don't have to. Get the JP version. It's the better one anyways. This is Nanachi working Crunchyroll support. I saw this. I just had to bring this one up. I like this one. I just do. Nanachi is tech support. Something tells me she would be like she would not be a good employee for tech support. Absolutely not. That was the original announcement. I was going to bring that up earlier, but yeah, that's that's a thing. Oh, and remember my 2023 Princess Connect banner list total guide. Plan for what is to come. I did not plan for service to end. Yep. That video is going to age like a bottle of Coke sitting out in the sun for 5 years. It's yeah, I wouldn't drink that. A couple of people have already asked in the comments of a few videos, it's like, am I going to keep making character spotlights? Am I going to keep doing videos? Hell yeah, I am. That's going to keep going. I ain't going to change that. I am potentially going to start doing Stella Fantasy stuff, if anyone is familiar with that. It's an NFT game, and I know you rolled your eyes right there when I said that, but it's gaining so much traction right now, it's going to be hard to deny. It comes out very soon, like in a week or less. So if there's something that you want to get in with anime waifus, there you go. Princess Connect and Princess Connect, Stella Fantasy. Those are going to be my 2 games for a good long while. Hopefully. So, you know, what do we take away from this? All right, well, here's the harsh reality of this. Gacha games by their very nature are addicting, okay? You're gambling. And anybody that plays the gacha games and spends any kind of money in this, we know we're gambling to try to get characters, to collect the waifus. And yes, it is addicting. I agree. It is addicting. And if you couldn't tell over here, let me make this a little bit bigger. That's about as big as it gets. It's, yeah, I think my addiction is peaked, because I literally have every character possible and all max level, still working on some ranks and stuff. But we know that to be that's reality, okay? And that's why a lot of countries are actually looking at gacha games and loot boxes and stuff like that and try to put the kibosh on them. So in my opinion, actually, gacha games, at least that formula, how we get our characters and everything, eventually it's going to disappear. The NFT thing might be where they go. So if you might not like NFTs, you might try to avoid it. You might think it's the most evil thing in the world. But in reality, done right, done proper, it's not. It retains some of its value, and it's really hard to squash. So that might be the way everything goes. But that's one of the harsh realities. You know, yes, it's an addiction. Yes, it's gambling. But the other thing is, eventually, this game right here is going to disappear. It has to. At some point, this will become unprofitable. At some point, these servers will shut down. Hopefully no time soon, and I don't see it happening anytime soon, but that is a harsh reality. At some point it will. And all that money that we put into it is just going to go poof. And it's also why us gacha players, we get a lot of flack from a lot of different types of gamers and, you know, normies or whatever you want to call it. There's like, oh, you just spent $200 trying to get a waifu. How many times a month do you do that? Oh, that's a lot of money, ain't it? Yeah, it is. We get made fun of a lot. But the thing is, we know what we're doing. We know what we're spending our money on. And we have fun with it, right? We enjoy it. And if that money's worth it, then so be it. But eventually, reality does have to come crashing down. At some point, every single gacha game that we play in that we're using money to get our characters and stuff is going to disappear and go kaput. That's just the nature of it. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys. I need some comments down below. What do you guys think the main reason Crunchyroll canceled it? You know, like a logical, actual reason why they decided, okay, we're turning the servers off. We're not going to bother. We don't care about anyone's trust issues or whatever with the company. Why would they do that? Because there has to be some people in that company that are like, oh, if we do this, the community is not going to like us at all because that's like their most popular game, right? Okay, maybe not. And with those comments, are you guys going to hop over to JP? Are you going to give it a try? Several people that were on our global clan have already gone, jumped over. Right now, I believe we're completely full. Let's see. Nope, we got room for 3 because I just booted some people that were inactive. So get in while you can. As long as you're active, you get to stay. We got room for 3. Fill those ranks. And it doesn't matter if you're a complete newbie. It's first come, first serve. I opened it up. Whoever gets in there, gets in there. So JP is definitely worth it. But yeah, that is the harsh reality. Eventually, all these are going to shut down. We just have to enjoy them while we can. A lot of people talk trash. It is what it is, but we understand where our money's going. But the thing is, that money cannot go to Crunchyroll anymore. If you play a Crunchyroll game, uninstall it. Get your money back if you can. Don't order merchandise from their site. Don't subscribe to their service. Watch your anime and get your fix elsewhere. There are many different options. No need to give a company who has betrayed our trust over and over again yet another dime. Catch you all in the next video.